Welcome to Spoodix. In this video, we're going to be talking about why movies have become so incredibly expensive to make, and what this means for the industry going forward. Making movies these days is ridiculously expensive. Just look at recent budgets. Killers of the Flower Moon had no business costing $200 million, yet it did. We live in a reality where a film earning over $700 million at the box office sparks debates about whether it was even profitable. Yes, I'm looking at you. Fast X. You might think it's all down to inflation. While that's a factor, there is much more at play. Let's dive in. According to a study by Stephen Follows, the average cost to make a movie in 2000 was around $38 million. By 2021, that rose to about $87 million, an increase of nearly 130%. In the same time frame, the purchasing power of the dollar dropped by 65–75%. High, but nowhere near the spike in movie budgets. There is something else behind these rising costs. In 2023 alone, 14 movies cost $200 million or more. Only one, Guardians of the Galaxy Vol. 3, was confirmed profitable. In 2019, only 6 movies reached that budget. In 2018, only 5. Today, films earning massive amounts still struggle to show a profit. Fast X grossed $714 million, yet its profitability remains debated. Often, online budgets only cover production, excluding the massive marketing and distribution costs. To gauge success, there's the 2.5x rule. A movie needs to earn 2.5 times its movie production budget to be profitable. It's not perfect, as it depends on where the money went, marketing spend or international box office splits, but it's a solid rule of thumb. Let's break costs into 3 categories: production, distribution, and marketing. 1. Production costs. These are the publicized figures. They cover everything from talent to CGI. Talent and actors. Actors are a major reason for the price tags. Even if stars aren't the sole draw anymore, they carry brand power. When Tom Cruise or Leonardo DiCaprio release a film, their star power justifies the paycheck. DiCaprio reportedly took $40 million for Killers of the Flower Moon, 1/5 of the budget, but his presence, alongside Scorsese and De Niro, was essentially the marketing campaign. Franchises, however, are where the real money is. Actors like Keanu Reeves, Robert Downey Jr., and Dwayne Johnson have seen their salaries skyrocket. RDJ took $500,000 for the first Iron Man, but by Civil War, he was pulling in $40 million. Once the audience falls in love with a character, the actor gains immense bargaining power. Beyond base salary, back-end percentages cut deeply into profits. RDJ made $75 million on Avengers, Tokens, Endgame because of his revenue share. Keanu Reeves made $156 million across the Matrix sequels. These figures significantly impact a film's bottom line. Directors, while often paid less than top-tier stars, heavyweights like Spielberg or Nolan negotiate lucrative deals. Spielberg reportedly takes a 20% cut of profits on films he directs, reflecting his massive influence on a project's success. CGI and VFX. Modern theatrical CGI requires cutting-edge hardware and massive rendering farms. You can't have good VFX without expensive talent, and the teams involved in modern blockbusters are staggering in size. Each person in the credits is more money spent. The industry mantra has become, "We'll fix it in post." In early cinema, almost everything was captured in camera. Now filmmakers rely on digital adjustments well after production. George Lucas was infamous for this in the prequels. More recently, the digital removal of Henry Cavill's mustache in Justice League reportedly added $25 million to the budget. Even films touted for practical effects, like Mad Max Fury Road, are filled with VFX. Tom Holland's Spider-Man suit is often pure CGI. Even dramas like The Wolf of Wall Street extend sets digitally. It's fascinating, but it's expensive. Returning to practical effects has also raised costs. When the new Star Wars trilogy marketed itself on practical sets, they didn't ditch VFX, they combined them. Using both full-scale models and massive CGI made The Force Awakens the most expensive movie ever made at $447 million. Finally, COVID-19 threw a wrench into everything. Restrictions and production delays ballooned budgets, especially for the biggest films that kept shooting regardless of the pandemic's hurdles. 2. Distribution costs. These are the most hidden costs. They aren't just about theatre exhibition. They cover physical sales, licensing, and theatre-to-distributor revenue splits. Theatres often take up to 60% of ticket sales, though major films negotiate better deals. Add in international fees and taxes, and you see why films need to earn so much just to break even. 3. Free marketing. Due to the blockbuster mentality, studios put all their eggs in one basket. They must market heavily to ensure a chalk. Massive opening weekend. Marketing often exceeds production budgets. Barbie 2023, $145 million budget, $150 million for marketing. Get Out 2017, $4.5 million budget, $77 million for marketing. The Blair Witch Project, $600K budget, $25 million for a legendary viral campaign. In the pre-internet era, marketing was simple: TV, magazines, and billboards. Today, audiences are fragmented across streaming, social media, and websites. You need a massive team to manage thousands of assets, which drives marketing costs into the brie. Stratosphere. What does this mean for the industry? We, the audience, are partly to blame. We've been spoiled by Hollywood, and now the studios are paying the price for the spectacles we expect. To survive, studios lean into known IP and franchises. It's the lowest risk path to success. Streaming was supposed to be the golden ticket, but aside from Netflix, most services are still losing money. As streaming replaced the lucrative secondary market of physical sales, DVDs/Blu-rays, that revenue wasn't fully replaced. This has led to password sharing crackdowns and the introduction of ads. The industry is in a fascinating, volatile place. The next decade will be make or break. Hollywood has navigated difficult transitions before and emerged stronger. Let's hope they figure this one out, even if they're the ones who created the problem in the first place.